Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. Sorry for the bit of a morning voice. We're recording a bit early today, but anyways, let's roll with it. We have a lot to talk about involving Hasan Piker. You know, we talk about him a lot, but if I can implore one thing out of you, dear viewer, that is to watch this video in its entirety, because of all the things we've talked about involving Hasan, today's video involves some of the most ridiculous things we have ever seen. I'm not joking with you, I'm not exaggerating. There is a whole host of things we're going to talk about, including some very disturbing behavior from him and a co-host directed towards Cutie Cinderella, a member of their podcast. And we're also going to look at some clips from Hasan in a drunken state, acting very bizarre at the Zohran Mamdani mayoral celebration campaign, where that individual just became the mayor of New York City, and Hasan was throwing a party for himself and said a lot of bizarre things, including praising the USSR and also hitting on elderly women and saying very bizarre things about them. On top of that, he goes off on a tangent about slop tubers because, of course, that's what he's going to do. So we have a lot to talk about today, but I want to address the allegations against me, okay? I have seen many disturbing posts like this, okay? And I got to talk about it. I've had enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen slander like this on a daily basis. People claiming that the size of my glasses have been changing. I refute this. I repudiate this. The images you're seeing right here, the glasses are the same size. If you disagree, you're crazy. You're insane. Did you hit your head again? I'm just saying, for your own safety, look at us, the two images and me right now. The glasses are all the same size. Please accept that. If you feel differently, please comment about it, but I'm just saying, I just want to address this situation because it's boiling over. But anyways, let's begin with Cutie Cinderella, who's been in the drama cycle. We've talked about her multiple times in the past couple of weeks. She is someone who's gotten a lot of heat for her comments about Collargate, where she was trying to defend Hasan, but in the process pretty much confirmed a lot of the things people were accusing him of. And then she was harassed by her quote-unquote friends for a situation where she said she wouldn't denounce her own father for problematic contents, like comments. She wouldn't completely disavow him and cut ties, and apparently that is something very offensive. She's also the girlfriend of Jellywig. Now, this is Ludwig, and that nickname comes from the fact that he has the vertebrae of a jellyfish, meaning he's spineless. He is someone who has basically had nothing to say about Hasan for many years, despite being a drama content creator, and he's someone who's basically submitted himself to whatever Hasan tells him to do. And recently he came out with a comment saying, yeah, it's a shock collar, 100%. And then the next day, he got the big boss call and said, oh, hold on a second, I take everything back. Yeah, he had 1 minute of glory, and it was all gone in an instant. But there is a resurfaced clip involving him and Cutie Cinderella, where apparently she's doing some sort of a tier list. They're doing some sort of a tier list, and Cutie Cinderella talks about an experience involving her two co-hosts on her related podcast, Hasan and this Will guy, where they were doing some, let's just say, very inappropriate gestures towards her.
Hasan.
Naughty.
Hasan is naughty.
Addicted to Zins.
Addicted to Zins, posts his package online, tells his friends to look at it.
Ew.
He also, during Fear and, he put on his costume and he came in and he said, you could see my dick in this. And I said, Hasan, I'm not looking. And then he proceeded to hump the air and he said, look. And I said, I'm not looking.
That's crass.
Ew.
And then Will did the same thing. They both really wanted me to see their
You don't think it's
penises.
weird that Cutie's female friends are trying to make her look at their penises?
Or you mean her
You
male
mean
friends?
Male
Her
friends.
male friends? Sorry, that is what I meant.
Yeah.
That's crass. That is Ludwig's response at the time to two individuals very close to his girlfriend waving their meat around her. And he says, that's crass. Dude, do we need to contact iDubbbz for the chair? or something? What is going on? And some people say, oh, wait a second, the co-host Will, he's gay. Does that make it any better? Does that excuse these inappropriate gestures? Absolutely not. Clearly, she didn't like this. She didn't invite this. And now, a year later, this clip has resurfaced. And yeah, it looks absolutely horrible for everyone involved. And of course, on the live streams fail subreddit, it's been removed. Because apparently if something happens a year ago, it doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter anymore. Again, this is Hasan, this is Cutie Cinderella, and this is Will. They are all on the same podcast. So 2 out of the 3 other members have made these disgusting gestures towards her. Am I being out of pocket? Am I being crazy for saying, that's gross, that's weird? I don't know. I guess I'm crazy because despite this being from a year ago, it doesn't change my feelings on it. I think it's really weird. On top of that, you have like people defending this, saying it's so funny to me that these losers are so desperate. They take years old out of context jokes and paint them as serious, no matter how many bots or incels like Yeats, Ethan, Asmon, Tectone, or Pedestiny have. They have zero emotion. Spoken like a true Hasan fan right there. Nothing but excuses. But, of course, if we're talking about this stuff, Ethan Klein had something to say. Of course, because he's had this long-standing beef with Hasan, and these were his comments right here, stating, sexual harassment, no question, Ludwig, what the F, bro, support your girlfriend. That's not just crass, it's effing disgusting. I really don't know how you disagree with what Ethan is saying right here. And it begs the question, Ludwig, Jellywig, what are you doing, brother? How are you allowing this to happen and your girlfriend continues to regularly go over to this dude's house and show up on his podcast? It's really weird behavior, but Ethan also dropped a very interesting clip where he's talking about some of the most insane TikTok reposts coming from Hasan Piker, where basically he's reposting things that are spreading a sort of headcanon, a fan-made fantasy about him having some sort of a tension with Cutie Cinderella.
I feel every time Hasan flirts with Cutie Cinderella. Oh, he retweeted this one of a fan obsessing over his supposed on-screen romance with his friend Cutie Cinderella. This one crosses a line. You can turn on the audio for this one, Zach, I think.
If it's what you truly want.
So it says, I genuinely feel every time Hasan flirts with Cutie Cinderella.
I can wear her skin over mine. Her hair over mine. Her hands as gloves. Her teeth.
Do you
If it's
think
what
that
you
that's
truly
regular
want.
stuff to reshare?
That's unhinged.
Like, obviously the video itself is weird enough, but it's... Why is he retweeting a conspiracy about him flirting with his friend?
Now, of course, this was instantly taken down by Livestream Fail the second that this related clip was uploaded. But anyways, this whole thing is very bizarre for multiple levels. Okay, there's layers to this. Because recently, Hasan Piker was outed for having a secret girlfriend that he's been hiding for some time now, which is, of course, Valkyrie, or Valkyrie, however you say her name. And she's the same one, by the way, who told Cutie Cinderella, her friend, that she shouldn't have an opinion about the whole father situation where she wouldn't cut off her dad for being problematic because she's too white to say anything on the subject. But I say that because they're in a relationship, right? Hasan's in a relationship, and he's reposting basically fantasy stories about him and his co-host, who also, by the way, is in a relationship with Ludwig. Is that not insane to everyone listening? I don't know if this is like an LA thing. This is what they do in the absolute hellscape that is Los Angeles. But I don't know. Very weird behavior, and you're back on the chain, dude. Congratulations. You had one moment off the chain, and with your comments backtracking everything that you said about the shot color, combined with this resurfaced clip from a year ago, you're back on the chain, dude. Enjoy that experience. But we got some other stuff to talk about. You know, Hasan's been really channeling his inner bro tips. If you're confused by this image, this is an old one from Hasan. Google search Hasan bro tips, and you'll understand the kind of behavior this guy had many years ago that is the same as the people he condemns every single day. But during a recent party celebrating the win of the now mayor Zoran Mamdani in New York City, he had this to say about elderly people who have an issue with him or even are just discovering him for the first time.
Hasan Piker, we've got you on Breakthrough News again. You've been a famous fixture in this election campaign.
I know.
How many new followers have you gotten because of Andrew Cuomo?
I don't know, but all the grandparents that are furiously Googling Hasan Piker 9/11, I hope you saw all my meat pics. I posted it for you, Grandma. All the grandmas out there.
Grandma's for Hasan Piker, guys. You heard
That's
it
right.
here.
Looks like Bro Tips is going all in on this one, saying some pretty gross things. Not just a narcissist, but a weirdo. Who says this about elderly people? Now, understand that during this celebration of Zoran's win as mayor of New York City, he was in a very, let's just say, a state of ecstasy, fueled by not only his narcissism, but also alcohol as well. He was definitely drunk, he was alone, and he was letting it all hang out. And even in retrospect, so let's remove him from this event. You know, maybe he was a little too excited when he said these crazy things about elderly people. He did it again. Reflecting on his own actions, he goes back and again brings up this same topic and encourages elderly women to search up these pics.
Go to a retirement home and literally fuck your brains out. You know what I mean? That's what old people do. They go to a retirement facility and they just bone, okay? They bone until their hips turn to dust. You should be doing that. Not being a mentally ill QAnon supporter at the Andrew Cuomo rally. It is far past your bedtime, lady. You should be at home Googling Hasan Piker 9/11 and flicking the bean. Okay? That's what you should be doing. Looking up my meat pics going, this is Andrew Cuomo. I wanted to vote for you, but I couldn't because I was too busy flicking my bean. Because I saw the Hasan Piker meat pics.
So this is your champion? This guy right here? This guy who's saying these abhorrent things? This is your guy? This guy right here? Yeah. For those outside of the streaming scene, I hope this is an eye-opener because going into this event, he's just going full mask off, and people within the streaming scene who know the kind of stuff he's been saying for years, this is not a surprise, but like, is this the guy you want as the face of your movement? I would hope not. But anyways, let's go back to the Zoran Mamdani win. He is now the mayor of New York City, and there's a lot to say about that situation, but that's a little above my pay grade. But it's important to note that him and Hasan have done meetups, and Hasan has regularly referred to this guy as one of his idols, right? And keep in mind, Hasan's the guy who said America deserved 9/11. And this guy is now the mayor of New York City, where thousands of people died from that terrorist attack. And of course, about a month ago, Zoran, and on national television, completely disavowed Hasan Piker. But of course, he knows no limits. He does not care what Zoran says. He doesn't care about being disavowed. He showed up to the event anyways. And he tried to show up to a VIP section, and he was rejected. Long story short, I'll skip the clip. We've seen enough clips today, but yeah, he was rejected. And I know for a fact when that happened, he immediately shocked his dog. Yeah, 100%. I don't know if he has like a mobile app or something that he can use to shock his dog while he's out of the house, but I know he was reaching for it. His left hand was reaching for that buzzer. It was like an instinct for this guy, but he would come out and say, oh, this is an edited clip. It's not real. It's not what happened. When TMZ, of all people, the leeches, the freaks over at TMZ, cover this, don't want to hear from TMZ. But Hasan is so desperate to defend his reputation that he's battling in the comments section against TMZ. Very interesting timeline we have right here. But this right here really sums up Hasan Piker. He is upset, and he is lamenting in sorrow that the United States defeated the Soviet Union.
Done.
What do you think it means that this guy ran as a socialist and anti-communism didn't work to stop him? That's big.
Yeah, I think we are in the heart of the imperial core. This is the country that defeated the USSR, unfortunately.
Isn't this the guy who like cries about like genocide every single day, and now he's like in grief about the Soviet Union? You know they genocided their own people, right? You know they like literally starved and killed their own people in that regime. You know that, right? Like any other content creator who says something like this, their career's over, especially a political streamer. But this guy in his drunken stupor just kind of lets us know what he's all about. And is anyone surprised? Is anyone surprised to see the leader of the regime over here, this guy who clearly would be one of the top guys who would want to be a part of the elites, while everyone under a regime like that would suffer, would be saying these things at this event? No, I'm not surprised. But look at the narcissism of this guy. He comes out of the event and he's cheering. This crowd is not here for you, dude. They're celebrating Zoran. And he's going around like he's literally a war hero. Like, I did this. He disavowed you, man. He wanted to separate himself from you on national television. This whole thing is so embarrassing. You're done. He's done with you. Make the rich pay again? Well, the rich are moving out of New York City, that's for sure. But yeah, this whole thing is crazy. And of course, in his ego, he comes out and tries to say, listen, guys, me and Zoran, we talked. We hashed it out, dude.
This post went crazy. I mean, it got only 3.7K likes. I don't know if it went crazy, but we already covered this. Yeah. Yeah, this was a cool aura moment. Did you get to speak with him last night? No. I talked to him briefly today. Bro, I'm not gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? What are you up to? Are you up? The man is the mayor now. Yo, can we hang? Hey man, how you doing? Can we hang? I'm also not like that close with him.
Yeah, like I've been saying, the narcissism is controlling every action from this guy. He had to come out and say to people who wouldn't know otherwise, no, we talked. Oh, we talked. You know, the guy who publicly disavowed me, the guy who made sure I wasn't on the VIP list. We talked, and we're bros. We're cool. Sure, dude. Sure, dude. This whole thing is just, well, it's a Hasan Piker moment. And let's cap it off. I'll watch it together with you guys, because it's quick. During this whole thing, during the Zoran Mamdani victory party, he calls out who else but haters and slop tubers.
Getting to take part in it. You're getting to be here. Many of you probably also door knock, you canvass.
and this is the fruits of your labor. It's me, the dipshit, the asshole drinking alcoholic beverages.
We know, dude.
Oh my god. All the fucking haters on like it suck my dick too. Oh my god. All the fucking slop tubers getting to.
Yep, we're gonna farm you today. The supposed slop tubers, the people do the same thing you do. You've contributed nothing to your movement. They won without you. They won in spite of you. And you can whine about slop tubers and all the haters. I'm glad that that's the first thing you thought of after achieving what you have said is your greatest victory that you were not a part of. I'm glad that's the first thing you thought of. That is terminally online behavior. Please, dude, free yourself from these shackles that is your career right now because it is consuming you to a disturbing level. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.